It's so hard to say goodbye to Jey Uso, Intercontinental Champion. And I'll take with me the Yeeteries to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to Jey Uso, Intercontinental Champion. Yes, I had to mourn. This is your Raw for October 21st, 2024. Let's talk about the show, shall we? Quickly, because Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, they will face off at the Crown Jewel down to the Saudi Arabia. For I don't even know. There's no stipulation, so I guess they're just gonna have a regular match. And so they was beating each other up on site. It was cute. I liked it. Give something Seth to do. Let him chop it up. If they're smart, Bronson Reed would go over. But, I honestly don't care. Then we went into Tag Team #1 Contenders Tournament. The New Day versus Author of Pain. Jesus. It was what it was, child. Then R-Truth got in the ring, got to punching on people. The New Day ended up winning, and then Miz and the lights went out, and the dong 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 dong, and then the lights came on, and then Nikki Cross was perched on the other end of the ring, and she jumped on Scarlett, and then the melee took place, and there was a lot of like clunky ass movements and shit, and everybody was like, yay, because they just want something to happen, so they just like it. And then Miz was in the ring, right? And behind him was Uncle Howdy looking goofy as fuck, but they did cut his wig. And so Uncle Howdy went in to get the Miz, but he ended up getting that old dude. And this is the funny part. If you listen to what I said on the previous podcast about how they should book them, instead of them banging that old dude on the head and letting the blood squirt out with that big clown mallet, he got a mandible claw. So the old dude ain't gonna be no more. Right, he going on vacation. And then what's his name, Dexter Lumis got thrown into AOP and completely missed and landed on his ass. And then now the Final Testament and the fucking I'ma call them the cleanup crew, because they garbage. The cleanup crew and the Final Testament is gonna be in a situation together. I don't even care, child. That's just what it is. Whatever. Don't care. Damage Control versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. I don't know why Damage Control was fighting Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, but they was. And what happened is 2 storylines were taking place because Damage Control is working with Jakari Jackson and Lash Legend. Lash Legend is looking bad as fuck out there. She is putting on the moves, and she did her finishing move. It's called the Lash Extension. Now that is creative, and I guarantee she's the one that came up with it. And so them two, they feuding with Damage Control anyway. And so while that's going on, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, they in there, and what happens is Rhea Ripley comes in, and Rhea Ripley's booked like a fucking monster, and she beats up all 3 of them. She beats up Dominic, Liv, and Raquel. Now, I guess it's okay when Rhea Ripley's booked like a fucking monster, but not Bianca Belair. Okay, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Whatever, so that is what it is. We're just going to be in a perpetual story with the Judgment Day and Rhea Ripley. I do appreciate at some point, in the show, the El Campeon, what they call him, bisexual taker. He basically told Gunther that he coming to whoop his ass when he get back from Saudi Arabia if he live, because they be taking you out in Saudi Arabia, and Gunther ain't had nothing to say, but we'll get to that at another point. At least Damien was like, I'm done with the Judgment Day. I'm going to find something else to fucking do, which is basically not be on TV until they give me something to do. But Rhea Ripley's like, rah, rah, rah. Like, girl, it's too much. Liv Morgan is absolutely horrific. But I'll tell you what I think need to be going on with them when we get down to it. Raquel also had a promo, and don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. I would like Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend to get a nice promo, give them more introduction, but work rate she getting the crowd over. They getting the crowd on their side, and usually that means that Triple H, Triple Thumbs, is going to get upset and fuck everything up, just like his father-in-law. When they get over on their own, they don't like that. They want to be the ones to get them over, right? Anyway, we got another backstage brawl. Adam Pearce is just completely incompetent. He yelling at the top of his lungs, talking about, y'all better stop fighting. Y'all better stop fighting. If you would shut the fuck up, then I would tell y'all gonna have a match down to the crown jewel. Okay, then we go into the number one contenders tournament, LWO versus American Made. I'm just confused because LWO had a tag team, which was Joaquin Wow and that other dude. But this time it's Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. Okay, whatever. American Made is a bust. It is what it is. So, at some point, a Hurricane Rana took place from, I'm going to just call her Wig. Wig and Ivy Now. She did a Hurricane Rana. That's all she does. And basically, Rey Mysterio is a jewel. That's all I can tell you. They end up winning or whatever, I believe. And that was like it. Finn Balor reiterated that his concern over Damian Priest laying claim to the World Heavyweight Champion opportunity, which Dominic asked, what if I became champion? And so everybody laughed. And what Carlito went to do is go over there and talk to Adam Pearce about getting a championship for Dominic. And then he made a fucking stupid ass joke. And I'm sure all the incels are going to be like, y'all so sensitive. He said something about he don't speak Spanish and it's a Japanese wrestler. Some shit he said, and it was dumb. And I was just like, oh my god, whatever. Apparently Carlito's gonna get a push. I don't even know what to do about that. Intercontinental Championship, Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker. Jey Uso came out. We yeeted together for the last time as champion. We didn't know that though. So we was yeeting all over the place and we was feeling real good that we got them yeets out. And then Braun Breaker came out looking like his daddy and uncle. Talking about where my dogs at. So that's his tagline. Where my dogs at. So everybody's like, and then they get in the match and whatever. So it was overbooked, but whatever. Everybody came out. We already knew that the Bloodline was coming to fuck up what Jay got going on, because he barked at Jacob and basically said, I'll whoop your ass. So Jacob was like, oh, word? And so they showed up and fucked everything up that basically Jey Uso had going on, and Breaker won and got his title back. So here's the thing. Y'all said it's good that Jay lost the title because he don't need the title because he about to go into the Bloodline or whatever. So can we say the same thing for Gunther, Liv Morgan? Because they don't need the fucking titles. They're not doing anything. Don't nobody wrestle. Liv Morgan's fucking atrocious. Do nobody want Liv Morgan's title while she wrapped up in this shit with Rhea Ripley? So Rhea Ripley gonna get the title and ain't nobody gonna try to win from Rhea Ripley. They gonna put that shit back on Rhea Ripley and she gonna hold it hostage. I think there's a clause when you win a championship, you no longer wrestle. So if you enjoy Braun Breaker wrestling, he won't be wrestling no more. He gonna be walking around talking and barking, and that's about it. Jey Uso, on the other hand, is about to give you all the wrestling you can have now that he ain't the champion. Now he got to go over there. I will say this. The way I would have booked it was, it doesn't have to always be, I'm going to get back at you. Why can't you just have Jimmy come in, help him keep the title, and then say, hey, bro, I helped you. Now you help us. It really was easy as that. But y'all did this whole convoluted shit to where he's like, man, they fucked me over, so now I gotta fuck them over. It's so, like, you could have just, creativity, child, whatever. So, I guess 14 years, 14-day reign, child. I don't know. He got it. That's what I wanted it. And whatever. If they smart, they'll run a best of 7 between Jay and Braun. Hot potato that fucking belt. That's where I'm at. Gunther, listen, get that fucking title off of him. I don't give a fuck who you give it to. Give it to Rey Mysterio. Who gives a fuck at this point? Okay? Liv, don't put that title back on Rhea Ripley. Put that fucking title on, I don't know, put that shit on, the head of the stud line. What's her name? You know what I'm talking about. Let her carry it. Because they need somebody to act like somebody give a fuck about them. What happened to the stud line? What happened to the fucking tag team, the child. I don't even know. Anyway, that is your Raw review. I'm sad about Jay, and ain't too much else was going on. So, whatever. Later.